Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Andrew Lau, Lowsutea president. It was so good to see so many of you from all over the world. We're people from Hawaii, from people from Hong Kong, people from Philippines, people from Canada, Australia, and all different places. Wow, it's so good. Anyway, the reason why I actually want to give you some good idea what is carb, because throughout the week, a lot of people ask me, hey, I'm worried about my carb intake, would it affect my diabetes? So I thought that maybe perhaps we'll do a webinar just to remind everybody to understand what is really carb for, what is considered good carb, and you can able to make the right choice. Hi， 各位朋友，我係 Andrew Lau Lowsutea president， 你好，多謝你喺個咁繁忙嘅時間啦，星期六啦，聽我哋講下乜嘢叫做即係增加多啲嘅糖尿病或者係前期患病嘅朋友啦，咁更加多啲了解咧，咁然後咧你就喺管理方面咧係容易好多嘅。咁其實我哋今日好多謝有好多朋友喺加拿大啦、美國啦。澳洲啦、香港啦、菲律賓啦、東南亞地方啦，咁佢哋個都一齊嚟聽我哋講今日講座。咁其實今日講座好重要喎，點解咧？好多人咧就誤會咗，哇！我食碳水化合物食物嘅東西係咪會唔得啊？咁啊個個好似好緊張去唔食呢樣嘢。咁但係其實咧唔係全部都唔好嘅。其實你一定要知道點去選擇嘅咩叫好啲嘅選擇，咁今日就會盡量解釋俾你聽。咁所以變咗嚟講，今日嘅 webinar 咧係好有用嘅，因為我哋所有其實我哋亦都聽咗好多嘅 feedback 啦。咁好多朋友就即係聽咗之後咧，就翻去再自己 practice 咧，哇！原來好鬼有用。咁仲有一個好特別咧，就好多人咧飲咗去糖茶更加特別嘅，因為我講啲故仔俾你聽先啦。有幾個朋友咧，就其實咧佢就即係都係由我哋啲叫免費版俾佢試咗先嘅。咁佢試咗之後，哇！因為之後佢個糖，佢有一個朋友咧就佢咁多年啊，可以講為咁多年，佢話糖咧係未跌過 under 7嘅。咁但係因為飲咗去糖茶之後咧，佢個糖咧見到佢跌到 lower than 7，一路慢慢跌落去6。咁佢依家好開心。咁其實我都知道咧，其實咧你只係繼續去飲去糖茶咧，你個 result 一定會喺度，但係你只係要慢慢嚟嘅，佢唔會嘣一跌落嚟嘅，咁慢嚟太快亦都唔好啦。So actually all my friend that came back to me and asked me, oh, what is Lowsutea? What is good for? And da 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 da. And then many of them actually had tried it. And matter of fact, recently I have a case of actually several cases similar to the same situation. And reported that they said, hey, even though they took the medication, but the blood sugar was never dropped down to 7. So 7, 8, 9, and it's all the way up there. But after they add another Lowsutea, drinking part of the diet, you know what? The blood sugar start coming down. And now they got down below 7 and moving down to between low 6. And then some of them become 6. And they were so happy because they said, wow, for my whole time when I be diabetic, I never got that low, even without medication. So really, at the end of the day, you really got to believe Lowsutea will help you. So the key is you want to be continue to drink Lowsutea to help you out, or, make sure that you have the sort of dedication to do it. If not, you don't want to continue to get your blood sugar high. So I'm going to start my webinar now. It's about time. So what I will do is I will share my screen and go from there. So anyway, today we're going to talk about what is good carb for type 2 diabetic. Actually, it really is not only for type 2, but pre-diabetic also need to understand that. So really good carb is not only for type 2, but also pre-diabetic all apply here. So let's understand a little better. But I have a lot of people who came in, the names are not familiar, so maybe they're new customer or new people who joined. So I would like to review what is diabetes, so that way they all catch up real quick. So give me about 5-10 minutes to catch up. Okay. 各位朋友，我見到有啲新朋友嚟啦，咁佢未必聽過我哋講書啦，咁我今日咧就希望快脆脆係 catch up 咩嘢叫糖尿病，或咩叫點解係前期患病嘅原因啦。OK， 嗱，既然糖尿病咧係一個係一世嘅疾病嚟嘅，係唔會好嘅，你只係能夠控制。咁點控制啊？其實好重要控制咧，就係我哋又食 物嘅控制啦，即係diet 啦。第二我要控制個磅數啦，要 exercise 啦。咁同埋咧，即係要度血你先得嘅。咁其實你嘅 diet 嗰度咧好重要嘅就係要所有白粉嘅嘢都唔好食啦。咩叫白粉嘢啊？白麵包啊，總言之係flour 啊，即係白粉末啊、飯啊，其實呢啲要食好少嘅，因為呢啲係全部係增加你嘅糖上升嘅。咁soda 啊嗰啲全部冇飲啦。So 呢啲係全部都要咁要所謂降低嘅。咁變咗嚟講咧，飲去糖茶咧當然係一個好大嘅幫助啦，降低血糖啦、膽固醇啦、血壓啦就排定嘅。嗱 ，so keep in mind, diabetic do not get well. All you can do is control. So how do you control? Very important is diet, exercise, weight, measure your blood sugar. Certainly listen to our webinar, we're helpful. But more important, really you have to cut down on diet. All the white powder product you gotta eliminate or take very little, i.e. your rice, your white bread, take as little as possible, no more soda water. And third, drinking Lowsutea will definitely help you. So today, one of the things that I think is so important, everybody has to listen to this, or you want to take a picture, it's okay too. But this is really 4 stages for diabetes creations. And everybody go through that. Now, the first stage is when your LDL cholesterol goes up. And when your LDL cholesterol goes up, your LDL cholesterol will damage the insulin cells that comes out called B cells, which is supposed to take the sugar into the cells. So when the B cell damage, you no longer take sugar into the cell, then they will continue to come out with B cell with from the insulin, but doesn't work. Okay, many diabetic patients will have the same issue. Now with that, the sugar doesn't go into the cell, then the sugar maintain the blood vessel or continue to be built up. Now that is a major problem come around, because when that happens, the cholesterol and the sugar mix together, the blood become very thick. And when that become very thick, the stage 2 will come. Your blood pressure will goes up. Now, that is the major problem for the entire body for diabetes. The reason why diabetic is a lifetime bad disease, because you're going to start getting clot, blood, plaque everywhere from the eye, brain, everywhere starting. Now, the first year, maybe not much issue, but you go to 5, 6, 7, 10 years, that will be a major issue for you. So that is the reason diabetes is such a damaging disease for your lifetime. Now, matter of fact, quite a few professors telling me, Andrew, you're doing really good because you telling people this is so important. So they start preventing to get the blood sugars up, so no longer mixing with the blood to become thick. So net result, they don't plug up everywhere. So net result, you are trying to prevent this. That's why even drinking Lowsutea in the beginning stage, meaning your blood cholesterol going up or your blood pressure going up, this will even prevent you going to pre-diabetic, because the third stage of pre-diabetic, the pre-diabetic is the doctor will start measuring your blood sugar, and then each person would have a hemoglobin. The hemoglobin is a protein that is percentage of sugar attached to this hemoglobin, and it's good for average of 3 months, because that's how the blood cells will die after 3 months and regenerate. So when you measure percentage, if you're under 5.7, you are still a normal person. But if you're over 5.7, you know what? You become a pre-diabetic. From 5.7, 6.4, you are in a pre-diabetic stage. And every patient will go to see the doctor. They find, oh, I'm pre-diabetic. And the doctor will usually say, hey, you know what? Mr. So-and-so, you are pre-diabetic. You got to watch because you don't want to convert. And take, precaution, eat less sweet. Unfortunately, with that, people still don't understand, so they continue the same lifestyle, eating whatever they are eating. Yes, some of them even say, hey, I don't eat sweet anymore. I cut down my, my cakes and so forth, but they still eat rice. So the blood sugar have not changed much. So net result at the end, at the 3 years period, the sugar continue goes up. After 6.4, your A1C, you now convert to diabetes. And once you convert it, you know what? It doesn't go back. And once you convert, you are permanently become a diabetic. So that is the reason why I try to educate everybody, get people to understand. So net result, they can remember that, so they can change the lifestyle. If you don't change the lifestyle, sorry, you will have a big issue. 嗱，各位同學，依個圖咧係好緊要嘅。你記住個圖咧，你記住影張相添啊！仲有，因為好多時咧，啲人都唔知原來你糖尿病咧轉變咧係有4個階段嘅。第一個階段就係你個高嘅 LDL 膽固醇上升，咁你 LDL 上升咗之後咧，咁佢就會損壞咗胰島素出嚟嘅B cell 嘅喺胰島素出嚟嘅 B cell。B cell 係帶啲糖入去細胞裏邊嘅。咁當你 B cell 唔 work 嘅話，咪要整多糖喺個血管裏邊啦。咁糖加埋呢個 LDL 嘅膽固醇咧，弊啦。呢個咧就俾啲血咧就好結。咁第二個 stage 就出現咯。跟啲血好結嘅時候咧，咁佢開始塞啊，全身嘅血管都開始慢慢塞啦。咁你血壓就開始上升。嗱，當你有呢樣嘅時候咧，其實咧最大問題嘅將來你嘅所有嘅併發症喺糖尿病咧就係呢度出現啦。因為咧係將佢全身嘅血管係咁塞，全身喎，唔係一底啦，全身咁塞喎。咁所以咧，你其實一定要準備咧，係幫你開始或者飲去糖茶，因為呢個時間係冇藥食嘅，你只係能夠自己係控制到，希望你唔會加啲糖，加啲呢個膽固醇，唔會俾到咁多係咁塞你全身血管。但係如果你冇做嘢咧，3個 stage 就開始出現啦。第3個 stage 就係你開始做呢個叫前期患病者啦。咁前期患病咧點度出嚟㗎？咁其實咧就係每個人咧佢都有我哋叫 hemoglobin， 叫做糖化血紅蛋白。咁呢個蛋白咧係幾多個 percentage 幾多百分點下嘅糖咧黐咗喺度。如果你 under 5.7咧咁你就係普通人啦。但係過咗5.7至6.4咧，咁你係前期患病咯。咁呢個咧就開始你個開始階段咧，就有一段時間咧喺度慢慢升上去嘅時候咧，多數3年之後咧，如果你咩都唔做咧，啲人就轉咗糖尿病啦。咁就第4個 stage 喎。但係當你一轉咗糖尿病咧，咪啦，咁你就以後都糖尿病喎，因為呢個唔改得翻轉頭喎。所以咧，其實呢張 slide 係好重要嘅，係一個好容易簡單了解你點呢個4個階段點變成一個糖尿患病者。其實好重要咧，就喺第1、第2階段佢哋咧，你係已經要開始控制咧，咁你唔會 drop 去第3個階段咧，會更加好啦。因為變咗嚟講，你呢個風險其實都全部係冇咗添。So really, at the end of the day, how Lowsutea work is there's 2 things. One, Lowsutea basically has guava leaf, which is delay the absorption of blood sugar into the blood vessels. And then you have bitter melon, which is increase the insulin sensitivity, so take sugar into the cells. So net result, the cells now have like a booster, taking the insulin, the B cell taking the sugar into the cells. So now you have more sugar going in cells, so the cells get energy, and you can continue to be much more energetic and no more lot of sugar into in the vessels. But excess sugar, that's one more thing is very important. Bitter melon actually dump the sugar, cholesterol, and salt out from the urine. So net result, the 4 high will drop down because 1, your cholesterol will come down, your blood sugar will come down, your salt come down, then your blood pressure will come down. So a lot of people drink Lowsutea will say, oh, my ankle is no longer swell anymore. And at the time also they're detox. So there are so many good things with Lowsutea can help you continue to maintain better blood sugar level, cholesterol level, blood pressure. The 3 high will go down. Okay. So 去糖茶點樣運作咧？其實有2樣你附喺裏邊嘅。第一，去糖茶咧就裏邊有呢個叫番石榴葉啦。咁番石榴葉咧就將佢能夠等佢糖咧慢啲吸收入去嗰個血管裏邊。咁仲有咧就係裏邊有苦瓜，苦瓜咧就係將啲胰島素咧個敏感度上升，咁整高咗胰島素，咁就帶啲糖咧入翻去呢個細胞裏邊啦，咁你用咗啲糖啦，咁你個未有 energy 咯。但係好特別咧，有 excess 嘅糖咧，佢會由尿嗰度咧掉出嚟，而 同埋個膽固醇都掉咗出嚟，同埋仲有鹽係掉出嚟嘅。咁掉所以3樣出嚟咧，你血壓就降低，鹽掉咗出嚟就血壓會降低㗎啦。仲有一個好處咧，就係你腳腫都降埋。咁所以仲有一個係仲有排毒4樣嘢，哇！所以飲咗依樣咧，大多數啲人咧，哇好快脆，我見到糖慢慢咁之類喎。係啊，冇錯，真係會嘅。咁你就要大家記住咧，係盡量要飲啦。So if you do not change your lifestyle, a lot of people say, wow, you know, I didn't see anything. I don't feel so I continue my lifestyle. The sad part is, you remember when your blood sugar go inside, become thick, it continue to plug up your whole body, all the vessels. And in 10 years, that is where you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a risk of stroke. You have cataract, glaucoma, your eye become blurred, cannot see, blindness. And then your pancreas is not functioning anymore, so no more insulin coming out. You have to inject insulin. You have 40 to 60% of the patient got heart disease. And that's really sad because you can end up with a heart attack. Nerve damage is a severe issue because majority of the patient have some form of nerve damage, meaning could have, you know, very dry foot pain, and you cannot feel, stomach problem, constipation is a big one. And then you have high blood pressure, your heart vessel become hardened. And then if you get injured, you know what? You cannot heal. Then you're going to end up, what? Cut out your foot. That's terrible. Plus, 70% of the diabetic patient will have diabetic nephropathy, meaning that the kidney become damaged. So you end up, you have continue long-term dysfunction. You will have end up to become a dialysis patient, and that will be very sad. And 30% of the patient will not have sexual function because they cannot feel the nerve damage. And plus, if you have pregnancy, you have a gestation diabetic, eventually you might become a diabetic. So you have to watch. So all that will be a potential complication for you if you do not take care of yourself early, because you can reverse it once you get stuck. 各位朋友，好多人唔知道咧，以為我冇乜事啊，我幾好啊，我呢幾年都係糖尿病咗，冇乜嘢發生喎。但係唔好唔記得，呢個一路塞落去嘅時候咧，你自然10年之後咧，或者5、6年之後，呢啲情況咧就一路係咁出現㗎啦。第一，你有中風嘅風險啦，又唔記得嘢啦，同埋你有青光眼啦、盲啦。我見到太多病人咧係眼盲啊，好慘啊！後生喎，40零歲、50歲已經有呢樣嘢啦。有啲做教師嘅，有啲做 engineer 都係有個問題。咁我救咧一隻眼就一隻眼，救唔到就好慘啊！即係真係變咗眼盲，真係好陰功啊！咁同埋仲有咧，你有心臟病啦，40至60歲病人有心臟病嘅。嗱，神經系統損壞係一個好多人唔知道嘅。你如果有糖尿病咧，佢一係 plug 晒嘅，咁啲神經冇咗感覺啊，咁變咗你個肚有問題啦，有 constipation 問題啦，即係結宮問題啦，你血壓亦都會上升咯，咁你 vessel 咧全部係硬咗咯。咁變咗嚟講咧，仲有你一冇感覺損咗咧，你啲腳咧又唔會好咧，又 circulation 差啦。咁變咗嚟講，你 end up 就割咗腳喎，哇！真係好慘啦。咁仲有咧就係有呢個70% 嘅病人咧都有呢個腎嘅病狀嘅問題嘅。咁如果係腎唔壞咧，咁去到30%嘅腎功能咧，咁你就弊啦，因為呢個咧就會 end up 咧要洗腎啦。哇！係幾慘啊！咁同埋咧，仲有性功能咧，好多人冇嘅，因為冇感覺啊嘛。咁如果你係有懷孕嘅，你個併發症，如果依家係 gestation， 依家有嘅，遲啲你都有嘅，所以一定要 watch，OK？ So our company, really importantly, why you listen to all these lecture, because one will help you to understand what you can do with 5 programs. The 5 program consists of dieting, exercising, weight control, doctor webinar, and also measure blood tracking. Because if you can able to understand how to manage your diabetes, which is what we try to focus to manage of diabetes, instead of just telling you, oh, dieting, because majority of the other people just said good diet, but really diet is only one portion. You need to have the rest of understanding so you can total understand how to work with yourself to lead you to have a healthier blood vessel, blood sugar level, and then drop your A1C from 10 all the way to 5.7. So all these knowledge is gaining for you to help you better manage your own self on diabetes。嗱，各位朋友，我哋公司有5個 program， 其實你去我哋個 website 啊，同埋我哋個呢個叫做Facebook 咧，not Facebook YouTube 咧，你會睇到好多我哋嘅 lecture 嘅，有成8個咁多嘅，全部教你喺飲食上去控制啦，同埋點去做 exercise 啦，有 weight control 啦，即係磅數控制啦，同埋我哋依家所有 webinar 都錄咗喺度啦，同埋仲有咧就係點去度血糖啦。嗱，呢樣嘢好重要嘅，就幫助你能夠令到你一個係好，即係成個人咧能夠令到你 A1C 由10咧跌到去最低係到5.7。其實好多人話唔得㗎喎，得唔得啊？一定得，因為點解咧？我依家已經有好多病人咧係有呢個可以跌個 A1C 係跌到5.7，或者係跌到5點幾、5.8啊、5.9啊。但係 under 6咧已經係 very good 㗎啦，佢繼續努力，因為你係可以嘅。So today I'm going to talk about what is good carb for type 2 diabetics or pre-diabetics. The same message. Actually, this is really it's not only for diabetics, also pre-diabetic. Now you got to understand, most of us need carbs for energy. Now food is really actually give you the carbs. And give you the energy using those carbs to basically so you can able to do all the activities. So even diabetic, you gotta have carbs. You cannot say I don't need carbs. No, you do need to have carbs. But more importantly, what you need to do is need to have, well, how do I get better control the amount of carbs, or what type of carbs should I take so it doesn't give me my spike of blood sugar. So net result, you can continue to manage your diabetic in a much better way, and not instead of saying, I don't need carbs. That's not the right sort of attitude. You do need carb, but you got to choose the right carb so you don't spike your sugar. And that is the key. So today, the webinar will teach you about what is a good carb to be taught, to be choose, so you can continue to manage your blood sugar. 嗱，今日各位朋友，其實咧好多人就誤會咗，哇！我唔可以食碳水化合物東西喎，係咪咁咧？唔係，其實你係可以食，但係只係愛啲嗰啲好嘅碳水化合物咧，係唔會令到你咧將你血糖嘣咁彈上去嗰啲，咁就唔好啦。咁唔食嗰啲咧，你係能夠控制到你自己咧。咁你就好鬼正咯喎，因為我成日都係可以咧，係幫到你咧，係能夠係食一啲啱嘅碳水化合物。咁同埋咧就 end up 咧，我就變咗係唔會變咗咧係有呢個問題出現啦。咁呢個係好重要嘅，因為如果唔係咧，你就 end up 咧係會即係食嗰啲唔啱嘅 carb 啦，咁就會令到血糖彈咗上去啦。咁今日嘅講座咧，全部係關於食咩啱嘅 carb 能夠令到你咧，因為 carb 係好重要㗎，係幫助你有 energy 啊嗰啲嘅。OK， 嗱，first of all, we have to understand what is sugar levels that you have to have. Okay, now certainly you don't want to put yourself in also what they call low blood sugar level, which is the hypoglycemic. You know, very little sugar into your vessels. Now, if you have that hypoglycemic, meaning that you have not enough sugar, you're going to feel dizzy, you're going to feel nervous, you're going to feel jittery. And if you really don't have enough sugar, you know what? You'll be fainted. You could actually even net result because it could be a life-threatening issue. So this is something that you also want to prevent. So hypoglycemic, a lot of time is because what happened? You don't have enough carbs. In other words, you basically didn't eat enough carbs. So when you have hypoglycemic, actually, I need to give you some carbs to put up your sugar so you don't crash with hypoglycemic. Normal blood sugar, you always try to maintain. Now, when you have high blood sugar, meaning hyperglycemic, that's the time that you have too much sugar, which you don't want to have in your blood sugar, because that's the time that the sugar in here continue plug up all your blood vessel. So you really have to have a balance. Most important, you should keep yourself in normal blood sugar level. and that is where you are at. And so all these, the carbs do impact your blood sugar level. So keep that in mind, okay? 各位朋友，首先我要有3樣嘢要記住，要讀糖尿病者要知道咩叫做低血糖，咩叫做正常血糖，咩叫高血糖。如果你有太多低血糖嘅時候咧，即係話咧，你血糖咧成日都好低，咁你唔夠嘅時候咧，你就會暈啦，會有手震啦，個人好猛整啊，好唔舒服啊。咁如果你係成日係真係太低嘅話，你可以暈咗去，你可以有生命危險嘅喎。呢個係好重要嘅。咁當你如果有真係有叫所謂叫低血糖嘅時候咧，你要食粒糖嘅，咁就俾翻啲糖喺度咧，好快脆升翻上去，咁你變翻最低度有 normal blood sugar level 先啦，咁你可能夠 function。如果唔係咧，弊家伙，呢度係對你係真係有生命危險嘅。咁仲有啦，當你 high blood sugar 太多血糖喺上面嘅時候咧，亦都對你唔好喎，因為咧呢個咧就會成身係向你嗰個身體所有血係咁塞，咁你當然啦。盡量你係要放喺呢個 normal sugar level 度嘅。So very important, you have to continue to put yourself in normal blood sugar level. Don't put it to hypoglycemic or hyperglycemic. The reason why I want to tell you this because you got to have this terminology to help you better understand the management of your how the carbs affect you. Now, there are 2 types of carbs that you need to understand. And the first type is called simple carbs, which is the typical table sugar and like juice, soda, which happen is when you take this, you suddenly your blood sugar will surge, goes up, okay? So those are simple carbs, which at the time, sometimes because you are really have very low blood sugar, remember the hypoglycemic, you might need this simple carbs to help you push back the sugar into a certain level. So that has to be really understand. So simple carb might need to help you to save your life real quick, okay? And the second one is called complex carbs. Now, complex carb is longer chain of the sugar. So it takes longer time to bring it down. So those are fruit, potatoes, and things like that. And it is still good, but you need to know what to eat. And fibers, food, like for example, vegetable, beans, seeds, whole grain, these are also complex carbs. But this is the carbs that you need to choose more of this because they are slower to absorption and also will not spike the sugar. This is something you need to have more of those, okay? So keep that in mind that 2 types. One is simple carb, the other is complex carbs. You want to do more of the complex carb instead of simple carbs, okay? 嗱，有2種嘅，你可以講3種咧，其實都可以講嘅，因為咧其實咧有一種係糖咧係 simple carb， 即係好簡單嘅糖啊。呢個係一個簡單嘅糖，咁簡單糖咧，叫做單一糖啦，佢譯咗就，咁簡單糖咧就點樣咧？單一糖咧就係好快就吸收嘅，但係佢因為好快就吸收咧，將個糖彈咗上去，咁呢好弊喎！彈上去嘅時候，咁你就好快脆咧就個糖好高啦。咁呢個係咪有用㗎？當然有用。記唔記得頭先咧有低糖嘅時候咧，我係需要呢啲糖咧去幫助我俾多啲糖，我就可以血管即刻增翻糖上嚟，咁我試下 energy， 我唔會暈，我唔會手震。OK， 呢個糖係重要嘅。咁但係咧有一種糖咧就係叫做複合嘅碳水化合物。咁呢個糖咧係冇呢個 fiber 呢個咁好啊，即係冇纖維嘅糖咁好啊。但係你都需要嘅，譬如好似飯啊、薯仔啊。咁但係咧你可以食少啲，但係呢個係都需要嘅。但係佢都係冇呢啲嘅。所以叫做單一糖塊，但係都係重要。但係其實最重要咧就要多啲呢啲纖維嘅糖，因為呢個纖維嘅糖有纖維糖咧係更加令到你糖咧會彈得好快啦，亦都幫助你係更加咧係可以好快脆咧係攞到多啲糖去幫你繼續係生活啦。咁呢個係重要嘅。咁其實點解要識呢樣嘢咧？ 因為我要話俾你點揀呢糖啊 ，OK？ So importantly, why I need to talk to you about, simple carbs, and then there's a complex carbs, and then the better complex carbs like fiber, because at the end of the day, you have to choose which one is really good for you, okay? Now, remember there's a thing called glycemic index. Now, what you happen is when you have a simple carb, jack up your sugar go up like boom, okay? And then you have the low GI index, which is like the fibers and all that. Remember the third one? This is the carbs that you want to continue to eat because it doesn't drive up so much and also as quickly as coming down here. Unlike the one that you go up high and maybe stay high at the same time, okay? So this is something that you got to understand. The carbs can be affected your sugar. And I'll show you which food will be actually your glycemic index will truly affect you continue high blood sugar. OK， 嗱，各位朋友，因為咧我哋要知道咧升糖指數嘅食物咧，如果你係用一啲個單一嘅食物、單一嘅糖，即係 simple carb， 你就會令到血糖咧彈得好高，亦都可能好長喺度喎。咁但係咧，如果你係用個低糖指數食物咧，佢唔會升得好高，同埋咧慢慢落翻嚟咧，咁其實你就唔會有個 spike 得好緊要，咁其實對你係更加理想嘅。咁同埋咧，仲有一樣嘢咧，你唔會最重要唔會成日好高嘅血糖，又塞住啲血管啊，所以呢個係重要點嘅。嗱 ，what factors affect the glycemic index? Basically, any kind of processed food, because a lot of the processed food somehow change the structure of the molecule and so forth. Your blood sugar will become a very high because it's processed like rice, this regular white rice I'm talking about, okay? It does help increase your blood sugar. Now also what form, and they have little fibers because you have a higher fiber, it tend to take longer time to digest, so your blood sugar doesn't spike. As a red pun, and also is a lot of fat, acid content, all these affect the glycemic index, okay? 嗱，各位朋友，升糖指數有咩影響咧？就係好似 for example， 你有啲嘢係加咗工啦，好似白飯啦，白飯加工嘅。反而你話如果係少啲咧，紅米少啲嘅喎，即係 brown rice 啊嗰啲少啲嘅喎。咁其實仲有一個形狀啦，同埋有冇好多纖維啦，好似菜好多纖維。咁佢咧就係一個低糖指數東西嚟嘅。咁同埋仲有個成熟度啦，同埋仲有冇好多肥啦，同埋話嘅酸行動啦，所以呢啲咧全部影響即係所謂叫升糖指數因素嘅食物嘅。咁咩嘅叫做升糖指數啊 ？So what is the truly glycemic index measurement? Usually they go by 1 to 100. Okay, that's how they measure. So high glycemic index will basically product that after you eat will enter your bloodstream very quickly. The sugar boom going very quickly to your body. So that is something that you don't want to go for because you want to get slowly absorb and rather boom it go in and get you there. So these are the products like white rice, white bread, potato, ice cream, date, donuts, soda. All these are the things that will be very high in going to a bloodstream really quickly. So you want to make sure cut that down. Like for example, rice. That's why I said, hey, cut down your white rice, make it as little as possible. Don't eat too much. You might need it, but not to eat 2 or 3 bowls because that is going to help you. Okay. So cut as much as you can on the high glycemic index product. Now, medium glycemic index is 56 to 69, which is like pancake, energy bar, pineapple, sugar mango, wild. So all these are medium. So you want to make sure that eat less, but not more, but at least this is just understand this is a medium. But more important, you should continue to try to get more as possible as the low glycemic index food, which is slowly entering your bloodstream with your blood sugar. And then it will come in an extended period of time. So if blood sugar doesn't go up that fast, it goes slowly and also come down, slowly on this end. So these are products like brown rice, apple, cashew nut, broccoli, cucumber, lettuce, peanuts, celery. That's why these are the products that you need to focus to basically eat more. 嗱，升糖指數咧，你要記住，其實咧，如果係高嘅咧，即係話啲食呢啲嘢就好快嘣一聲咧入去你個血糖嗰度噶啦，你血糖即刻入去血管裏邊啦，血糖即刻快入血管。咁呢係乜嘢啊？白飯啊、薯仔啊、雪糕啊，呢全部係呢啲嘢係嘣一聲好快出入去嘅。咁但係係56號至69度嘅呢啲咧 ，GI 60咧，咁呢啲咧係慢啲入去，但都有喺度嘅。譬如好似芒果啊、通心粉啊，呢啲咧係 medium 嘅所謂糖指數啦。咁其實最好咧就揀擇啲低糖指數嘅東西。應該我俾張 chart 你就明我講咩啊？咁呢啲係蘋果啦，或者係梅啦、花生啦、黑米啦，或者呢啲咁嘅有麥嘅產品啦，咁變咗嚟講，呢啲咧係幫助你咧係真係低糖指數嘅食物。咁你希望咧繼續食呢啲，因為呢個咧係慢啲入血管嘅，所以你要知道咧最重要係你將啲糖唔好咁快擺入血管裏，慢慢擺入去。So I have a picture here that you can take a picture if you want to. It's very important now you can see high glycemic GI index, like for example, porridge. That's terrible. Rice, all these white bread, potato, all these are very much in a sense of help you to get this blood sugar go up, bang, and come back down slowly. But you have low IG index, you notice it goes slowly and come back down slowly in 2 hours. And these are products like apple, berry, brown rice, oat beans, wheat bread, lean pork, fish, all these product, lean chicken, are the ones that will help you to basically provide you the right carbs, but it doesn't go into your bloodstream very, very fast. It doesn't jack it up high. So that's what you want to continue to eat more of the low GI good food, okay? So keep that in mind, continue to do that. So take a picture and we'll able to, hopefully that you can able to remember that and it will be good for you. 各位朋友，我依家或者你影張相啊，因為呢個咧好多時咧變咗你更加容易知道咧乜嘢叫做高糖嘅指數，咩叫低升糖嘅食物。咁高嘅係粥啦、白飯啦，譬如好似好多蛋撻菠蘿包蛋糕呢啲就即刻好快脆嘣一聲咧入你血管裏邊，咁你就唔想愛咁多呢啲東西啦。咁同埋仲有咧，就係我哋希望咧食多啲低糖指數食物咧，就好似 for example 咧，係我哋紅米啦，即係食啲豆腐啦、蘋果啦、同埋啲瘦肉啦、麥包啦，即係果仁啦，呢啲係全部係我哋想食多啲。所以你話揀咧，係咪好多嘢揀啊？呢度10幾樣嘢喎，可以揀嘅喎。咁變咗嚟講，多啲蔬菜咧，咁對你身體一定係會好嘅，因為呢啲嘢全部係低糖指數。咁然後咧入嚟呢度咧，亦都個 GI index 係低嘅，咁你就可以食多啲，但係個糖咧亦都唔上去嘅，記得？OK。咁嗱，同埋仲有一樣嘢啦。I have also taught many times, so important to basically half a plate are all vegetable. Remember, half a plate is vegetable. 1/4 page is all your protein, which is like tofu, lean meat, lean chicken, fish, and 1/4 will be like your starch, if you will. So you can put some brown rice and all that. So you can able to still continue eat this plate, which is really a very good product for you to continue to maintain very healthy, balanced diet. There's a lot to choose from. So it's not like all carbs are no good. There's some good carbs and one bad carbs. So you can able to eat good fruits, like for example, apple, pears, all that will be there. So keep that in mind. This is something that you can able to half plate of vegetable, quarter plate of protein, quarter plate of your starch, if you will, or your carbs. But your carbs are well selected with, like, for example, brown rice and so forth. 嗱，各位朋友，我成日都話俾各位聽咧，就係一半咧係全部係菜嚟嘅食菜，1/4咧係你嗰啲肉啊、魚啊嗰啲東西，然後1/4咧先係你個食紅米啊、糙米啊、即係啲唔係可以食多啲protein 啊，就食豆腐啊都 OK 嘅。咁變咗嚟講咧，你可能夠令到你個唔會食好多飯啊，因為你食咗前面嗰啲菜蔬已經飽啦，係咪？咁你變咗嚟講咧，你永遠都係唔會食太多高嘅 GI index 嘅食物嚇。OK， so what is good for diabetes to eat the type of carbs for you to choose. Okay, so I want to make sure that you guys have all these ideas now. 各位朋友，點能夠令到你咧覺得係乜嘢係有個好嘅選擇咧，俾能夠更加好嘅碳水化合物食物咧？咁第一樣咧就要食多啲生果有纖維嘅生果。Okay, so first choice you have to have a lot of fruits that have high fibers. So it also give you a good antioxidant. And basically, you want to choose high fiber fruits like berries, strawberries, apple, pears, and even sometimes you have bananas, okay too. So it depends on what size you're taking. But important, remember, 4 to 8 grams of fiber per serving, you have actually get about 15 grams to 25 grams of carbs. So berry, cherry, peach, all these are good stuff. Apricot, passion fruits, all these are good stuff. Avocado, those are very high fiber, but the carbs are just good for you. Okay? 各位朋友，點樣能夠食啲嘢係好嘅碳水化合物食物咧？第一就要有多纖維嘅水果。咁咩叫多纖維水果啊 ？For example， 就係有啲，亦都有好多有抗氧化嘅食物啦。咁 strawberry 咧就係好正嘅，即係士多啤梨 berry 莓、蘋果梨，呢啲係全部牛油果，呢啲全部正嘢嚟嘅。嗱，大概如果你食大概啦就如果你個水果每一份咧係有4至8克嘅水果咧，咁你已經係能夠令到你咧有15至25嘅碳水gram 克嘅碳水化合物食物噶咯。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，其實呢啲食物咧係好嘅，因為咧佢唔係嘣一聲上去就升咗糖，係慢慢升上去，亦都慢慢跌落嚟。咁令到你血糖多數都唔高，咁係要好正啦，係咪？亦都享受到你啲生果幾鬼靚，係咪 ？Okay, the second part of the product is vegetable. Now you have to have, good carbs will be, as I mentioned, important. Vegetable are best carbs that will give you every meal. It will make you feel full, like for example, eat lettuce, make you feel good. Instead of eating starchy vegetable, meaning like corns, green peas, all these you can cut it down lower, but eat vegetable like lettuce, romaine lettuce, a lot of salad. Man, that would be really good for you. And then you can actually eat even broccoli, cauliflower. Cauliflower is very good, by the way. Green beans, eggplant, pepper, and spinach, celery. These are very good vegetables for a good salad for you. So do more of that, because when you eat a lot of these, you know what? You're going to get full. You're going to lose your weight also. Plus, your sugar doesn't go up. It doesn't spike. So isn't that wonderful? It doesn't spike. You can continue to be healthy and you'll be full. 嗱，各位朋友，好重要咧，即係你食好多蔬菜。如果食好多蔬菜咧，其實咧，你亦都令到你感覺到咧會好快飽啦， 同埋仲有一種嘢咧係會令到你血糖上升得好快 ，OK？ 咁其實咧千祈咧就唔好食咁多粟米啊、青豆啊，即係好多人都好中意食嘢，因為粟米好甜啊，好食喎。咁但係如果你食多啲即係好似新鮮嘅菜啦、生菜啦、同埋好似茄子啊，仲有呢個椰菜花啊，呢啲係菠菜啊同埋芹菜啊，哇！呢啲嘢全部係正嘢嚟嘅，因為佢唔會令到你血糖嘣你都上升。所以記住食多啲菜，記住啊，一半係菜啊 ，OK？ 咁你就會能夠都永遠都係好健康噶啦 ，OK？Also, whole grain is another good choice for you to actually continue to be a good fiber source. Okay. Now, when you have high fiber source, the absorption of glucose will be much slower. So if you eat 60 to 90 grams of whole grain per day, you're also decreasing your chances to be a diabetes about 20 to 30%, which is very good compared to people who does not eat any of the whole grain or not. Okay, so you can see how nice if you eat whole grain, you can decrease your chances to be a diabetes. So that's why I think it's good to eat more brown rice, buckwheat, oats, barley, wheat berries. Matter of fact, it's okay to make a lot of barley soup. Actually, I love barley soup, and my children love barley soup. So we all can share. But you know what? That is whole grain product, so no problem. Eat more barley. It's okay, So this is something that you should actually all try to, eat more, right? So using this can lower your blood sugar. 穀物類咧係一個好重要點東西嘅。因為咧，當你穀物咧，如果你食咗大概係60至90克嘅穀物咧，其實佢有個 study 咧，啲糖尿病者如果前期患病或者糖尿病咧嘅未到糖尿病嘅人咧，係降低咗大概20至30%。呢人咧，如果日食好多咧，唔會變咗真正糖尿病啊。咁呢個係一個好嘅東西嚟喎。咁其實食呢啲係乜嘢咧？好似麥皮仲有呢個小麥嘅大麥呢啲嘢全部咧係可以食到咧，咁你就會食個人咧係更加健康嘅，同埋仲有因為佢好多 fibers， 咁佢大便樣都好舒暢好多嘅。Another one, a lot of people don't realize you got to eat a lot of nuts. Nuts is very healthy fat. Especially there are nuts that are unsaturated, carry out a lot of vertical, because you don't want to eat a lot of unsaturated fat, okay? You want to eat just natural nuts, okay? And then nuts also contain a lot of health element, protein, and also you don't want to have nuts that have salt, so you don't eat salt nut. And so if you eat more nuts, actually it will decrease your chances to be really get a lot extra carbs up there. And so the nuts you're going to eat is like almond nuts, walnut, cashew nuts, peanuts. Those are all good stuff for you, okay? Peanuts. And so nuts is a healthy fats for you to maintain your good health, okay? 仲有果仁係好重要嘅，因為果仁咧含有好多健康嘅脂肪啦，亦都唔係我啲唔好嘅脂肪啦。咁同埋咧，仲有咧，你係能夠食咗之後會飽啦，亦都會令到你啲糖升上去啦。咁同埋裏邊有好多好嘅蛋白質係需要營養係喺 nuts 攞翻嚟嘅。咁咩好嘅 nuts 杏仁啦、合桃啦、腰果啦、開心果啦、花生，呢啲係全部好 nuts 嘅。咁其實我本身係食好多 nuts 嘅，咁亦都朝頭早食啲 nuts 好鬼正啦。有食 nuts 就加咗。你喺你自己嘅麥皮嗰度亦都 OK 啦，係咪？唔使食糖東西，加 nuts 就有啲嘢照下幾好。咁 always try to get nuts. Another good protein source and also good carb source is actually beans. Beans considered a very good product for diabetic because people have diabetic, they actually need to eat more beans because they have high protein and the carbs are much more better, okay? And if you eat more beans, your blood sugar usually control much better, and instead compared with some other starchy product, because beans are considered a low glycemic index food. And if you take if you take a lot of beans, you get both as with carbs and also fibers and proteins. Okay, so beans is really very good for you. Plus, you can make beans taste good with meats as some lean meat, and also make sure that you don't have to eat a lot of fat meat. You cover with the beans with a protein versus a lot of meat, so to speak. So especially you can replacement of meat with serving just half cup of beans. You can eat very little meat and more beans, equivalent to like a big piece of meat for you. Okay, so beans is a very good, or you can even, a lot of people call it superfood for diabetic. Okay, 嗱，豆咧其實咧係好嘅，因為咧譬如好似kidney beans 紅豆呢啲一粒粒呢啲咁咧就同 black beans 都係嘅，呢啲 beans 咧能夠令到你咧係第一攞到好多 protein， 咁你唔使食咁多紅肉啦，亦都你可以煮嘅時候咧唔使攞鹽落去咧，咁你亦都可以食到好多好嘅 protein 啦，低糖分啦，亦都幫助你咧係好多 fiber 啦，即係 beans 就好多纖維嘅，咁你就食咗佢咧，哇係好正，咁同埋咧你能夠令到你咧又好食啦，同埋亦都降低咗你血糖啦。咁其實如果杯嘅 beans 咧，已經等於你係食肉咧係減低咗嘅，你可以唔使食咁樣，因為食肉咧有好多肥噶嘛，咁呢個冇肥嘅喎，咁幾正，咁可以做一個你嘅 meat 嘅 alternative，即係 meat 嘅豆嘅 alternative 就可以做 meat 嘅 alternative。咁有其他有咩豆咧？譬如好似紅腰豆皇帝豆黑豆呢啲全部係同樣嘅東西嚟嘅。OK， 咁你就可能夠選擇呢個咧，係當助你咧係多啲你嘅蛋白質啦，同埋含有高嘅纖維啦，咁咧令到你係糖咧亦都唔會上升啦，咁一個好正嘅東西喎，係咪 ？OK， so in summary, to maintain better blood sugar level, you really need to have a good balanced diet. Now, the important thing is always select low glycemic index food. Later on, I can go back to the slides and you can take a look, because you have a lot of choice of glycemic index foods. So for diabetic, always consume healthy carbs and a low glycemic index food, so you can able to maintain good blood sugar level. And that is the key, that you always try to do that. And importantly, you have got to have high fiber fruits. You got to have a lot of vegetable. Remember, vegetable is half plate is all vegetable. You're going to have whole grains, and you have to have nuts, and you have the beans. So all that add together, you have very good balanced diet. Okay. And on top of that, most important, you got to add one more thing: drink Lowsutea. Because a lot of people don't realize, if you just eat good diet, but on the other hand, somehow the blood sugar still don't come down, you gotta have the Lowsutea give you the booster so they will increase the sensitivity of the insulin, so take back the sugar into the cells. And that's really Lowsutea will help you. On top of that, it will dump sugar, cholesterol, and salt out the urine, so net result, your 3 high will also come down, including salt, including the blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure, and also will help you detox. So really, you have to add Lowsutea part of your daily diet, and will help you to definitely better manage and lower your blood sugar. Okay， 各位朋友，好重要咧，其實咧，我哋咧要真係要有一個識控制我哋個血糖，點能夠令到佢咧食嘅嘢咧係能夠健康啦， 亦都令到佢啲糖會上升。好重要啊，因為好多人都唔知道咧，就以為係咁我係咪即係就係唔食 carbs 得咧？係，你可以食 carbs 就係一個選擇好嘅 carb。咁係咩 carbs 啊？就 low 即係低 GI index 嘅 carbs， 好似 high fiber 嘅 fruits 啦，即係生果啦，有個佢哋嘅蔬菜啦，同埋個全穀類嘅東西啦，腰果啦，所有果仁嘅東西啦，同埋豆類。好重要就加多一樣嘢係加咩啊？去糖茶。因為好多時咧啲人唔知道咧，因為好多人咧可能你個即係個 insulin 個 resistance 嗰個抗拒已經好高㗎啦。咁咧需要一啲所謂 booster 咧，將啲 insulin 增加翻佢嗰個 sensitivity， 就帶翻啲糖入翻去個細胞裏邊。咁當你做咗嘢嘅時候咧，你咁糖一路跌落嚟喎。咁但係有 excess 糖咧，呢個去糖茶亦都幫助你咧，係將啲糖咧由嗰個血喺個尿道嗰咧掉咗佢出嚟，同埋膽固醇掉埋出嚟，仲有咧係呢個血壓亦都會降低，因為鹽掉出嚟會降血低，降低。咁同埋仲有排毒，4樣嘢都一定係繼續嚟。咁變咗嚟講咧，你嘅身體咧會更加健康。So today, I hope the webinar give you some clear understanding, better understand why you really eat carbs, but you just eat the right type of carbs rather than any type of carbs. And to me, a lot of people maybe have misunderstanding, and they might say, "Oh, I don't know what kind of carbs do I eat." So this is something that you have to think about. Always try to eat this carb here, the low glycemic index carbs. That will definitely help you to have a better selection. And then if you eat more of this instead of eating the rice, the white bread, then you'll be truly able to better manage your blood sugar. Because that will be, you don't want to get yourself always in high level after eat 1 hour spike. You want to have low GI food to give you low sugar and continue to go down. That will be the most important strategy for you all the time. 各位朋友，個原因今日講咧就真係好重要咧，就希望你哋繼續係將低升糖嘅食物咧，繼續係食呢樣嘢。我食多魚食多啲呢個菜豆腐蘋果就唔係食啲即係高升糖指數，好似飯粥話粥好緊嘅，好勁嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，如果你繼續做咗咧，咁你就唔會將啲糖咧咁嘣一聲咗去跌翻落嚟。咁呢個就係我哋希望做到嘅東西。咁今日我希望咧能夠俾到一個好嘅俾你一個好嘅 understanding 啦。咁你就可能夠咧就真係繼續咧係去點 monitor 你嘅糖啦。OK， 咁呢個咧，如果有咩問題咧，我哋可以繼續答問你咧，咁你可以寫信俾我啦，Andy@wafong.com 啦，咁或者去我哋網站嗰度睇下啦。OK，so if you have any question, I'm very happy to answer you. Write to me, Andy@wafong.com. We'll try to answer you. So at this stage, is there any questions on the floor? Maybe I can help you answer any question from you guys. Okay. If no questions, I appreciate your time again. Answer in your busy weekend. Actually continue to learn more about diabetic management, and greatly appreciate your participation. 各位朋友，好多謝你喺你嘅星期六忙嘅時間咧，都過嚟聽下書點樣能夠將你個糖尿病或者你前期患病去更加係好啲控制，咁你唔會 end up 咧就會係變咗一個嚴重嘅糖尿病，亦都唔繼續令到你身體更加健康。Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for participating. Have a nice weekend, and I'm looking forward to see you next week. You take care. Bye-bye.